Pitsani.
Hi everyone. So the first incredible things about essential oils is that this is specifically for doTERRA essential oils. They are 100% pure and natural. There is nothing added into these beautiful bottles or nothing taken out of this bottle. So 100% pure and safe for children, adults, elderly, and even for pets. So they are incredible essential oils because they have CPTG standard. CPTG stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Essential Oils. So pure means there's no synthetic chemicals in the essential oils. There's no heavy metals, no chemicals, no pesticide, no herbicide. So absolutely just pure essential oils. And potent. They're very, very potent as well. So our essential oils are 50 to 70 times more potent than their natural state. So why they are so potent? It's because they are, so doTERRA source essential oils from where the plant's materials grows the best, where they are supposed to grow, naturally, organically, or indigenously. So the testing process that doTERRA goes through in each single oil is very, very thoroughly, very rigorously. So I'm going to talk about lemon a little bit, just quickly overview. I love lemon because it's just really, really beautiful and so uplifting your mood, so cleansing. So I love using this in first thing in the morning, just add a couple of drops in my warm water to really help cleansing my body and detoxify my body. And I also love this in food. So just in different dishes that require lemon zest. So I would use a couple of drops of lemon oil, and amazing for cleaning your own home as well. So that is the first amazing things about essential oil. So that's very, very safe and natural. So the second incredible, amazing things about essential oils is that they are very effective, often more effective than modern remedies that we buy from the chemists. So, with this winter, a lot of people have sniffles and all that, and if you have like a sniffles and you feel really not really yourself, because you have viral infection, and you either stay at home or you would go to a doctor, and your doctor would probably say, stay at home and get plenty of rest and drink a lot of water. So that's because they can't prescribe anything to anti your like virus. So most of modern remedies has water-based medication. So our cells is very, very different from water. So this is our cell, and there's a little lipid membrane that protect ourselves from bad things from going in and good things from going out. So the water-based medication would have a hard time penetrating our cells. So that's why it doesn't work when you have a cold or a flu and you go to the doctor and they can't prescribe anything for you. But with essential oils, there are a lot of beautiful essential oils that have viral, antiviral and antibacterial. So you can use those essential oils, and those essential oils molecules are very small and they're fatty, and so they can penetrate your cell membranes easily and eliminate threats like that. So in our home, when we have a cold or the flu, or we know that we're going to come down with a cold or the flu, we just take a few essential oils like on guard, lemon, frankincense, oregano, and tea tree. So those 5 top oils that we use all the time when we wanted to protect ourselves. And so they're very, very effective. And so the third amazing things about essential oils is that they're very affordable. So does anyone here go to the doctor often, or sometimes you go to the doctor? And can you tell me how much you pay when you go to see your GP? $90, $50, $20 maybe? If you can chat, $90 from Amy. Yeah. I don't normally go to a doctor, but I did go to a doctor, a local doctor here and up north. I paid $17 for something that now I know that I could use essential oils. But let's say we just pay zero. We don't, like, we take our kids to the doctor and we pay nothing, and we pick up prescription and we pay nothing for that. Say like antibiotics or something like that. In our home, our son used to have infection like boils, and before I was introduced to essential oils, we would take our son to a doctor, and teenager, like he was 12 or 11, and he wouldn't tell us what happened until it got really, really bad. So we would take him to a doctor, and he would be prescribed antibiotics and some cream to get pus out of his boils. And he would take antibiotics for about 5 to 10 days, and he will get better. And I had to deal with that yucky pus for 5 days. Anyway, and that's went away for like, a week, and they come back in maybe 2 or 3 months, and they never go away. They keep coming back, which is really annoying. So 2 years ago, like not even 2 years ago, when I first started getting essential oils, and I wanted the essential oils to work for me. So I said to my husband and my son, just trust me, I'm going to try something here. If it doesn't work in 2-3 days, I'm going to take you back to the doctor, right? So I dabbed a little bit of tea tree on his boils, just really, really angry and red. And I just put a little bit of correct eggs, which is our natural antiseptic ointment, which is amazing. It has all beautiful oils in here, like frankincense, helichrysum, tea tree, lavender, and cedarwood. And so I just put plaster on his boils and change the plaster 2 or 3 times a day. And within 2 days, that big angry boil just shrunk down, like really, really amazing. Within 5 days, we couldn't see anything at all. With just like a little brown spot. And the best thing is it never come back again. We are boil-free home, so amazing. Love it. And that would have cost us like less than $2. And our son, who's 11, 12 then, he just really didn't like going to the doctor to show his bum to the doctor, and he was really embarrassed. And he came to me and he was saying that, Mom, this is the best thing ever happened to me, and I hated going to the doctor and showing my bum to a doctor. So this is really, really amazing. So I cannot, in our home, I cannot afford not to use essential oils, because they just save us so much time, so much money, and so much energy. When you deal with something that come up during the night and 2, 3 in the morning, you have these beautiful oils in your fingertips, and you can just use right then and there, and it really helps fixing almost everything. So yeah, that's the 3 cool things about essential oils. They're natural, they're effective, and they're really, really affordable. So I'm going to pass down to Buffy. Who's going to talk about 3 ways to use essential oils.
Amazing. So hi everyone, and so nice to see you tonight on this windy, wet evening. So 3 ways to use your oils. If you've been doing the camp so far, you probably will have guessed these. In fact, I'm going to throw it out to the floor for someone to tell me the first way that you can use essential oils. Any ideas? Anyone want to jump in the chat? You can do it like
aromatically.
Aromatic, perfect. So aromatically is a really good one to start with, because it's actually the softest and the safest way that we can use our oils. So a really good example, if you've got any of your oils in front of you, is to pull out something like peppermint or easy air, if you've got them lying around, and just actually take the lid off and take a deep inhale in through your nose. And so what's happening is when we're inhaling oils through our nose, they're actually going in through what we call the olfactory system, which goes back through the back of our nose and down through our throat. And I think when I first started learning about oils, I really did just think they were nice smells, because they are, they're nice smells. I really didn't think they were much more than that. However, if you go to the hospital and you have to be, let's say, drugged for an operation, and you have to take a general anesthetic, how do you usually take that general anesthetic? They put a mask on your mouth, you take a few deep inhales, and within probably 10-15 seconds, you're asleep. So that is just a really great example to think of when you want to remind yourself actually how powerful the olfactory system is and how powerful our sense of smell is. So what happens is when we breathe in those molecules from the general anesthetic drug, but also from our peppermint or our easy air, they're actually going in through that olfactory system and being absorbed into the cell wall, and then going straight into our bloodstream. And it sends a direct signal to our brain to then take an action. So in the example of a general anesthetic, to tell our brain to shut off and go to sleep. But in the example of peppermint, for example, tells our brain to fire up, get energized. And it is a really energizing and uplifting oil, your peppermint. So the different ways that I love using my oils aromatically is literally just taking off the lid and taking an inhale. I use my diffuser every single day. We actually now have, I'm on Waiheke at the moment, so we have 1 on Waiheke and we have 5 back at at our regular home. I did start out, like all of you ladies will have started out, with just 1, and in fact I remember even thinking when I got my kit, I asked, can I get the oils without the diffuser, because I didn't think I would use the diffuser. I'd never used one before. Now we have one in basically every room of the home, because it's a really lovely way that you can even just set the mood, but also specifically help to treat and support someone in your family. So I know a lot of you were saying at the beginning that you had maybe a child that had ADHD or autism, that you perhaps struggled with anxiety or stress or sleep, that type of thing. So the great thing about the diffuser is you can pick the oils that will best support those sort of concerns and put them in the diffuser, put it on a long overnight setting, and you're actually going to be inhaling that medication effectively overnight. It's going in through the bloodstream and out to take action in the body. So that is the first way that we can use oils. The second way, I'm actually going to pass over to Lisa to tell us about. So Lisa, can you tell us the second way that we can use our oils?
Sorry guys, it's taken me so long to unmute myself. The second way that we can use our essential oils is topically. That means that we put them on our skin. However, if our essential oils are undiluted, we need to dilute them with a carrier oil. Some of the essential oils come as a blend and are diluted with your carrier oil, but you must check the bottle first. Usually it'll just say on the side of the bottle, I know you can't read this, but it does tell you on the side of the bottle whether you can ingest them, whether you can use them diluted or undiluted. But the second way that you can use your essential oils is you can put them on your skin. It's a really one of the main ways that I use my essential oils is I dilute them with fractionated coconut oil, and I'll rub them on the bottoms of my feet. I find that by doing that, they're quite effective in that they get into my system quite a lot quicker on the bottoms of my feet. Buffy might be able to explain a bit better as to why that happens. But it does. Another target area for me when I'm applying topically is around my lymph node points, or my in here, or my pulse points on my wrists, and those areas there.
Yeah, perfect. And so, ladies, the way that normally I recommend using your oils topically is like Lisa was saying, so getting yourself a little bottle of fractionated coconut oil, which comes with one of the kits, but in the other ones you can just get it separately anyway. This is a really good quality fractionated coconut oil. It's basically like organic, so it's very, very natural. There's no pesticides being used in the growing of these coconuts. But coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil, it's different to the stuff that we cook with. So the coconut oil we cook with is thick and it's firm or solid at room temperature. This is actually liquid at room temperature, and it absorbs really easily into the skin. So often I have clients sort of saying, oh, but won't this make my skin greasy? It's a very, very light carrier oil. So you can use other carrier oils, things like sweet almond oil or jojoba oil. They're all a lot thicker, a little bit more greasy, and they often have a scent and a color as well, whereas this is very, very light. So especially if you're making up a little topical roller for, let's say, a teenage son with acne, this would be my preferred choice of carrier oil because it is so light. The other thing I actually love doing, a little bit left wing, but this is a little hand and body lotion that you can get. It's really cost effective. You get it through your doTERRA account as well, so you just get it wholesale once you've got your account set up, and it's beautiful. When you look at the ingredients, it's things like olive oil, coconut oil, macadamia nut oil, sacha-inchi nut oil, kukui seed oil, jojoba, argan oil, so all of those lovely oils, but it's basically made into a moisturizing cream, but it's not scented, so it has no essential oils in it. So I will actually often use this now a lot to basically create my own moisturizer depending on how I'm feeling. So for example, tonight before I go to bed, I'll probably have a hot shower, and then I will open up about 5 different bottles of oils, and then take a squeegee of my cream, add a few drops of the oil, and then apply it to the whatever part of the body that I'm going for. So I like to do ice blue on the soles of my feet and into my calves. I like to do Smart and Sassy on my thighs and gluteal area. So Smart and Sassy is a metabolic blend that's really good for tackling, more dimply skin, which happens to hang around that area for most of us. So I use that Smart and Sassy, and then I will get out something like frankincense and lavender and use that one around my arms and shoulders. So that is another tip that I recommend for trying to use your oils topically, is that little cream. And then the last way that we can use our oils is through the mouth or internally. Now, with this, we want to be really careful about what essential oils we are putting in our mouth. First of all, you don't want to put any brand of oils in your mouth. In New Zealand, you can buy a bottle of, lemon essential oil from the $2 shop, from Briscoe's. It only actually has to contain 17% of actual plant extract. The rest can be whatever, and it doesn't have to be put on the label. So certainly, don't be putting any of those oils in your mouth. The only ones that I would use via the mouth or to flavor food, it would be doTERRA's, because all of these are tested to be, as Pitt was saying, certified pure therapeutic grade. It basically means they're above food grade. So food grade oils have to go under a certain number of tests to be able to be used in the food industry. The food industry, in fact, is the biggest user of essential oils. So way beyond all of us users combined is the food industry. Every time you buy peppermint chocolate, chocolate orange Tim Tams, a peppermint chocolate Magnum, a lemon and lime paleo bar, if you look on the back, it will say it's lime essential oil, lemon essential oil, peppermint essential oil. In fact, if it's not flavored with a natural plant, it's flavored with a synthetic. So you actually want to seek out things that are flavored with natural plant extracts rather than with synthetic flavorings. The second point about using them in your mouth is, so A, make sure you're using the highest quality, above food grade only. These are the only ones I will use in my cooking. And then the second thing is just being sensitive about how much you use. So they are very, very strong. A single drop of our peppermint oil, for example, is the equivalent strength of 28 cups of tea. This bottle here has about 65 organic Sicilian lemons in it. So you don't need much. 1, 2, 3, 4 drops for a dish, depending on the oil. With the citrus oils, you can add a lot more. With an oil like oregano, then 1 drop max for a family-sized dish. But they add incredible flavour to your food. But it's also basically the strongest way you can use your oils. So as soon as you're putting an oil, like we often use frankincense as an example of this one, you can literally take a drop in your thumb like this and put it in the roof of your mouth. And it's very strong. That is the fastest way for it to enter your bloodstream, is by putting something in the mouth. And it's the same with all medication. I generally don't use via mouth for children. Don't recommend that for children, but I would prefer aromatic and topical use for children. But for adults, then there are certainly a lot of our oils that we can use in that way. And you can, whether it's safe by looking on the side of the bottle of your doTERRA oil, and it will say for flavouring use if it has been approved for internal use. It's pretty easy to tell though, like lemon, yes. Tangerine, yes. Rosemary, yes. Oregano, yes. If it's come from a plant that you would use in your cooking, you can put it back in your cooking, okay? But if it's come from something that you wouldn't use in your food, like wintergreen, which is in our ice blue blend, then no, you're not gonna, you don't want to put that in your mouth. But always check the label, and if you're unsure, then you can always ask one of us or someone in our community as well. And those are the 3 ways. So aromatically, topically, in a lovely evening body moisturization, and then in our food.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Buffy. I'm just going to quickly tell you the 3 ways that you can start your essential oil journey. And the first way is starting out as a wholesale customer. So as a wholesale customer, you get amazing benefits. You get obviously wholesale pricing. You can become part of our loyalty program. You can come and do our oil camp, and you can join the Essentialists Facebook team, which is really cool and lots of fun, lots of great content every week. Every second week we have a Wellness Wednesday session where we get an amazing speaker to come in and share how they use essential oils, usually in their wellness practice or their coaching practice. The second way, so that first way, the cost of that is a $40 enrollment fee. And then on top of that, you can start buying your oils individually to get those wholesale prices. The second way, you get your that $40 wholesale fee wiped, and you can start with a kit. There are 3 kits really that we recommend starting with that have those top 10 oils that we've just spoken about. The baby dip your toes in way is the family essentials kit, so that's $195. It's got the top 10 oils plus Buffy's butt oil, Smart and Sassy, which is beautiful. The second one is the Home Essentials kit, which is our top 10 oils, but they're in the bigger bottles. So this is the 15 ml. This is for really like anybody that's just wanting to really get into these oils, and you get the free diffuser as well. That's $365 wholesale. This is the one that everybody wants, and you are more than welcome to buy it. We love people that start with the Nature Solutions because we really know that they're all in and they're really taking care of their health and getting rid of all the toxins in their home and just going for it. So this has the top 10 oils, plus they've got the mood management oils and some other really delicious oils as well. They've also got the more medicinal oils, so the Correctex cream that Pitt talked about, past tense and Clary Calm. So Clary Calm's our woman's monthly blend. You can do a little bit more research on that, but Buffy loves this one because it's all about the hormones. Past tense is amazing for any head tension, any just I guess concentration and things like that. We've got our ice blue rub, toothpaste, hand washes, easy air, which every mummy needs in the winter. This is like a Vicks vapor rub, but natural and delicious and yummy, and it just smells so yummy. So yeah, this kit is amazing. This is our all-in kit. And I think this one's $6.99 New Zealand, and that obviously you don't have to pay the $40 enrollment fee for that as well. But if you want all of this, but maybe you've got the budget to start with this or this, that's totally cool because we've got this amazing loyalty rewards program. So the more you spend, the more points you get. So when you first start off, you start on 10%. You start on 10% points back. So that means that, say you spend $100, basically $10 gets put in your account for the following month to buy more oils. So you can actually buy all of these things over some time. So you don't have to jump all in and do it all at once. And this is open for our wholesale customers as well as our wellness advocates. Now, there are 3 types of people that use essential oils. and they're all cool people. We love them all. Most of our people are our living the wellness journey. So people that want to come in, they want to be the nurses and the mummies and the lovers in their home. So this is what we love looking after. These are our wholesale customers, and you'll actually get this little wholesale live guide when you enroll with us, and it has some really cool ideas about making breakfast smoothies and how to replace your skincare with natural products, how to replace your cleaning. All of those things are in that live guide. The second type of people that love essential oils love them and they use them in their home, but then they go out and just naturally share the essential oils, and that's really where most of us started our businesses. Actually, we just naturally said to our friends, oh, you've got a headache, try our peppermint, or oh my goodness, you're experiencing excruciating pain once a month, try my Clary Calm. So naturally we share. So there's actually a guide in here that you'll get to help you with this sharing. And doTERRA loves to reward people with sharing, so you get free oils this way. You can actually do that quite easily. And then there are my favorite people in the world, who are my Buffys and my Pitts, and maybe my Lisa's one day, are our builders. So people that are actually going out and putting these oils alongside them, their business to supplement their income, or they're doing it full time and just, I mean, I've seen over 3,000 families' lives transformed from the oils. So it's a really rewarding thing to do. And if anybody's ever interested, there's a build guide that comes with it that explains a little bit. And then you can always reach out to us and ask to become part of the Essentialists team mentoring team, and we can help you reach your goals. And this is my very, very most favorite part of doTERRA. And this is the thing that we do to change people's lives. So Pitt briefly touched on our co-impact sourcing model, which means that we work directly with the farmers. So we don't own the farms. We don't go out and source the oils from brokers. We actually go and partner directly with the farmers and help the farmers create really beautiful, sustainable livelihoods, and really we get the best oils, but the farmers get paid well, they get paid on time, and they get looked after, and the land that they're on also gets looked after. And that's a big thing that really drew me to this company. The other part of it is the Healing Hands program that doTERRA partners with lots of charities to give back into these communities. So they don't go in and say, this is what we're going to do for you. They go in and partner with the farmers and ask the communities, what can we help you with? Some communities, they need basic things just like water. So getting running water for their communities has been absolutely life-changing for them. In other places, in Africa at the moment, they're building the first of its kind medical centre, so servicing hundreds of thousands of farmers that haven't had any sort of access to good medical facilities or birthing units, and they're building that at the moment. In Haiti, they partnered with Operation Underground Railroad, which frees sex-trafficked women and children. In many countries around the world, they partner with Days for Girls, so giving girls their days back around their periods, and empowering them with the knowledge of the beauty of being a woman, and sanitary items to help them through those times so that they can go back and be part of the community and work during those period days and go to school as well. So it's a very amazing company to be part of. Buffy has actually gone and worked in some of these projects already. Could you give us a brief overview of the project that you did, Buffy, or the trip that you went on?
Yeah, I actually, if you're working with doTERRA, then you might be invited to come along on one of these trips. So I actually been invited the last 2 years, which has been amazing. Last year I went to Vietnam with doTERRA, and we were doing some charitable work there with children who were children from an orphanage. Building, actually, we were building bikes for the kids at the orphanage, because if you've been to Vietnam, you know that everyone goes around on bikes. It's very flat. So we were putting together bikes for those kids, and doTERRA made a big donation to that orphanage to help contribute to all the materials. And then this year, just before COVID, I was invited to go to New Caledonia, and I remember thinking, I don't really need to go overseas because it's still sunny in New Zealand, and it was just in February, so I'm so glad I went, because it was an amazing trip. And again, we did a whole bunch of charity work there with the again, young people who are suffering from disabilities, in terms of supporting them. It was actually a bunch of them who'd actually lost limbs, so we were putting together facilities to help them to be able to move around. So, but that's two of many things that doTERRA do. If you're interested in, knowing that every time you buy a bottle of oil, that yes, it's organic, it's natural, and it's the top quality, and it's lovely for your skin. But if you're also interested in the fact that that's actually really supporting communities overseas that are growing these plants, because most of these plants are grown in developing countries. We do get a Manuka and a Douglas fir oil from New Zealand, but the vast majority are from developing countries. And unfortunately, like many industries in the world, coffee industry, banana industry, tea industry, there is a lot of kind of underhanded pay situations which occur with growers. doTERRA's very firmly on the other side of the camp in terms of, hey, we want to actually support these farmers by paying them a fair wage, but actually more than a fair wage, enough that they can they can live. But then they also go one step further and go and invest in each of those communities to help lift them up. So from everything from building water wells so that families have got access to fresh water, where they used to have to walk for kilometres each day to get fresh water. They've built schools in various communities where they didn't have schools for the children, or in some communities where they had schools for the boys but none for the girls. They've gone on and built schools there. They've built medical centres. At the moment, they're actually in the process of rolling out a whole bunch of integrative healthcare centres in the US, where they are using essential oils and natural plant-based medicine in conjunction with conventional medicine, so in basically hospital type settings or general practice type settings, where you still will go and see your general practitioner, your doctor, your medical doctor, but that will also be supported by natural therapies, which, like, for me, I think is just the way of the future, where we still definitely have a medical system and hospitals. We're so lucky to have them here in New Zealand, but they are supported and surrounded by and welcome. They work integratively with natural therapies, which are, in my opinion, a much better way of prevention for healthcare than a lot of conventional medicine is. So doTERRA is doing amazing work in there, and I couldn't even cover it in 10 minutes. But if you're interested in that, jump onto YouTube and you can search, doTERRA Healing Hands or doTERRA Co-Impact Sourcing. So Healing Hands is their charitable foundation, and then Co-Impact Sourcing talks more about how they are working directly with farmers. So rather than working through brokers and middlemen that take a lot of the profit out, working directly to get as much of the dollars that you pay for each bottle of oil, as much of that into the hands of the communities that grow them.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Beth. So if anybody hasn't started their journey yet, the next step is to fill in your wholesale customer agreement. So that's basically just letting us know your name, very important, your email address, shipping address, so that we know where to send your oils to, your phone number, your email address, and your date of birth. So when you get your wholesale customer account, you might think, why do they need to know my date of birth? But there are over 7 million customers in doTERRA worldwide, and your date of birth and email address are used as an identification. So you actually get your own little website when you join up, and it means that you can go in at any time of the day, night, month, and decide which oils you want. So in that loyalty rewards program, people go, oh, am I going to get shipped the same thing every month? No, it's not like that. You go in and you decide what you want to put into your cart each month, and you push what day you want it to process on. And we really like to encourage people to process it on the 1st to the 15th of the month, because every month they do a really cool promotional oil that you can get, and you can get that free if you spend over 125 points a month. Now, if you spend over 100 points a month, you get to earn commission or free oils if you're sharing them with your friends. And if you are spending over 50 points a month, you are building up to, within a year of doing that, you actually get, for every $100 you spend, you get basically $30 worth of points put into your account for the next month. So people think that I've got a major oil problem, which is fair, but I actually get a lot of free oils. So every month I take advantage of that one free oil, over 125 points, plus I get my 30% points back. So for instance, this month just gone, I got a free rose roller oil, which would normally cost $110, and I got it free. So I mean, that was just from the month previous, as you know, oils binging. So yeah, it's really awesome. And then once you've sent this in and we've processed, so you've decided which kit you want to start with, and you can add on extra oils to that as well. So if you're like, okay, cool, I really want the Home Essentials kit, but also I really have problems with my hormones, so I need to get the supplement Lifelong Vitality Pack, and I also need to get the Clary Calm Rollerball. So you can just add those extra ones into here, and we can add that onto your order. And then if you're like, but I also want this, and this, then we encourage you to put that into your following month's order onto your loyalty rewards program. And that's just shown below here as well. And so we will set that up for you, and we'll process that first order. And then once you've got your first order, we will put you into the into our system, and you'll come in and you'll get our beautiful emails every month. You will be part of our Facebook group. We'll invite you to the next oil camp, and we will be your basically your coaches for life. So once you join somebody in doTERRA, we're basically your wife, your best friend, your sisters, and you're part of our cult. No, you're part of our club. And so, yeah, it's really exciting. Every person that we get into the Essentialists, we really love to celebrate. And it's a real massive deal for us when you join with us. It's not just, you're not just another customer. Our customers are really, really special to us, and we do our best to look after you, and make sure that you are well looked after. Our biggest thing is communication, so we love to know what's going on. So please, when you have wins, post photos in the Essentialists or in the oil camps that you're doing. If you've got questions, reach out through the Essentialists page, because if you've got a question, everybody else is asking it too. So if you're wondering what's the product of the month, or how do I deflea my cat without killing it with essential oils, it's a valid question. Probably lots of other people are asking that question too. So reach out and ask those questions, please, and please ask them publicly so that everybody gets the best of your questions. So that's basically everything for tonight. We're not going to overwhelm you with too many details. We really want to encourage you, if you haven't come and do the oil camp with us, we'll be posting the dates over the next couple of days. If you're in the oil camp currently, get in there and finish the videos, and I'll be announcing the prize winners probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. And yeah, it's been really fun. Has anybody got any questions now?